Assassin's Creed Shadow has been announced and it has exposed a problem that has been plaguing Hollywood for decades. That is racism and discrimination against Asian men. Ubisoft has finally taken their franchise to the land of feudal Japan, the one setting that Assassin's Creed fan has been asking for years. Because the concept of ninja is really cool. And now we have it. We can play as two main protagonists. One is Naoe, a ninja, and a historical samurai, Yasuke. We're going back to that later. The game has gotten a lot of hate and controversy. One is the pricing of the game that costs as high as $130 for the Ultimate Edition. But the main controversy mainly revolves around one of the main protagonists, Yasuke. Yasuke, very little we know about him. All we know is that he was a man of African origin who served under Oda Nobunaga for a period of 15 months during the Sengoku period. Until Nobunaga's death, he then was sent back to Chisu. There are no record of him late afterward. Yasuke depicted in Assassin's Creed Shadow seems to differ from history and is depicting him as a historically legendary samurai that seems to be well respected, judging by everyone bowing to him on the street on every turn. His appearance is also different from normal African men and looking more like African American men going on the street of Japan and crushing and cutting Japanese people head off to a hip hop track.
Not while I have breath in my lungs and a blade in my hand.
I said kill him! I'll wash away his filth.
Normally, after seeing this, people around the world and especially Japanese people are not happy about this. A petition to cancel this video game has garnered over 75,000 signatures as for right now, accusing Ubisoft for disrespecting and insulting Japanese culture with a lack of historical accuracy and could be linked to Asian racism. The trailer for this game has been drastically downvoted and many Japanese people have also voiced their negative opinion of the game on YouTube and through the petition.
This is racist as we are first looking for someone who could be our samurai. In other words, someone who could become our eyes despite not being Japanese. Mara. If you believe racism is bad things, and then if you don't see racism in this video game and this Ubisoft interview and their response, you are racist.
But of course, their voice doesn't seem to reach the news. This is where we go into one of the main points in this video, the discrimination against Asian men. Assassin's Creed game franchise has taken a dip in Asian culture before, but it has never once has a Asian male protagonist as a playable character. And this seems to be nothing new in Western entertainment industry. In Hollywood, Asian man has always been depicted as stereotype, reduced to the role of comedy relief, sidekick, villain, nerd who can't talk to girls, with zero sex appeal and weak. This put into perspective that Asian men won't get the leading role, while Asian woman was fantasizing and looked at as exotic food, sometimes needed to be saved by Western men from her own people. And this is also seemed to be happening here in Assassin's Creed Shadow. Asian men won't get this leading role because of Asian stereotype. Why do most of their franchise so far feature men from their respective country, but as soon as it hit Japan, the character had to be different? The only time where Asian men could finally be introduced as a playable character in Assassin's Creed franchise are now being replaced in their own culture and country. And people who speak out about it are labeled as racist and white pretending to be Japanese. Does this not seem racist and sexist toward Asian men? Why the word diversity, equity, and inclusion does not involve Asian and especially Asian men? If this role was reversed, these people would have an uproar. And you have this racist article shilling for Ubisoft saying Asian men have enough representation. Tell me that doesn't sound racist and sexist, but that's not also what Japanese people are angry about. Some of it is what Ubisoft got wrong in their trailer, like architectural inaccuracy, wrong season, Chinese soundtrack, And most importantly, the most talked about is the Our Samurai, the portrayal of historically legendary samurai Yasuke. It's like what pointed out in the beginning, we don't know much about Yasuke. All we know about is that he used to serve for Nobunaga, and remember, he only stayed for just 15 months. And what being pointed out by Japanese people, samurai when defeated has to commit seppuku so they don't tarnish their honor, which Yasuke did not do and escaped. If he was a real samurai, he was a samurai by name only. This is what prompted people to call out Ubisoft for being arrogant, disrespectful, stating that this is rewriting history for Western benefit. Some people said it's just a game and Assassin's Creed has never been historically accurate. But I want to point out something is that it does influence the younger generation. They saw it, they thought it was a real historical hero. I thought it was a real historical hero because of the anime, the manga I have seen refer to him. So I thought he was real until recently I saw the backlash from the Japanese folks. Listen, I'm not Japanese, I'm Cambodian and I love Japan. Japanese people has always been supported and done charity for my country, like helping building school, investing in hygiene, job opportunity, and public transit. The elementary school I used to go to was built by the charity of the Japanese people. The bus that I ride in was also donated by the charity of Japanese. They always feature our country in anime and manga in a positive light. And seeing them always so kind and polite all the time is kind of anger me so that other country are kind of taking advantage of them. We see foreigner streamer going to Japan, being annoying, being disruptive, being just disrespectful in general because they are seeing what Japanese people are kind and polite, so they just think they are pushover. From a outsider perspective, what Ubisoft do is arrogant and disrespectful. Ubisoft, what gives you the right to go into their home and trying to fill in their history for your own benefit? Number one rule of visiting someone's home is try not to be disrespectful, which Ubisoft could not do. It is their history. When it comes to a blank period, it is their choice to interpret what is happening during that time. You don't have the right to do it for them. Saying you can learn more about the fantastic time period is so disrespectful. It's like you know the history far better than them. Listen, we are different people and that's okay. It's okay to have different culture, different religion, different tradition. That's what made us human. Westerners need to realize is that you don't have to lump everyone together. You don't need to validate a group of people that they need to be a part of something bigger, a part of something grander, a part of history, so that they can feel validated and confident about themselves. You don't need to do that. We are already in a time where everyone is just doing fine. And by doing something like this, it's just making everyone hate each other even more. That's all I gotta say. I hope Ubisoft apologize, but I highly doubt that because they think everyone who kinda call out and speak out about it are racist. So that's all. If you like the video, just like so it can reach more people and spread the awareness of what is happening. Thank you.